The irony is that we were going to go to Vegas and like gamble a little bit, go to dinner, have some drinks, and then it just turned into just gambling.
All gambling. Men have taste buds on their nutsack.
I don't know why they call them condiments. They don't taste like either. All right, how do you spot a blind man on a nude beach?
He's the only one without a boner.
It's not hard.
That is a good one.
Okay. Welcome back to the Good Enough Podcast. Per usual, it's still us. Still kicking.
Yep.
In other news, we are now at, by the time you're listening to this will be Ryan's last day as a young employed man.
True.
He's growing chops and a mullet.
Or going fully bald. Haven't quite decided that yet.
Yeah. I've thought about it. I really did. If I didn't work in service, I would do it in a second.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I can do it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not? Or grow my hair out.
Free haircuts.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
That's pretty much the only two options for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So,
we'll
what are you
see.
going to do?
And there's like no judgment right now, too.
No.
With the quarantine stuff, because I want to say like just this week, hair parlors and barber shops started opening up. So
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, I know a couple people who went.
A couple pee hole.
Yeah, pee holes that went today to get their hair cut. So.
Oh, that's super nice.
Yeah, so
that's
everyone can stop looking like a homeless man.
Yeah, I think judgment, like you said, is way down on everything. Except for I coughed I choked on my spit and coughed in Whole Foods, and I've never felt so popular.
Dude,
people were like, I was
been so afraid.
So many dirty looks.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just literally like choked on my spit, so it wasn't like,
and
it was
that's
like an
the
immediate,
worst. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was
cannot
insane.
hold back.
And I don't wear, unless it's mandatory, like I don't wear a mask anywhere.
Yeah, neither do I.
I have a beard, dude. Wearing a mask is just like this humid sweat fit.
Yep.
So
see, and I'm the opposite. I have glasses, so I wear a mask.
Yeah.
And it's constant fog.
Blind.
And I don't have windshield wipers on my glasses, nor do I have a defrost mode. So it's bullshit.
Yeah, But yeah, that was a really bad move on my part.
Yeah.
And of course, you look around and everyone looking at you is in like fucking hyperventilator masks and have air hoods.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you hear about the guy whose left side got cut off? He's all right now, but
so stupid.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Came across that one, slid it in perfectly.
That's what she said. Let's see. Speaking of, with stuff coming back though, like my life's slowly coming back to normal. As of tomorrow, which will be the 20th, am employed again, bitch. One of my jobs is not froze, and I go back in full force, which is good because that's the job that's technically part-time, and it's just dealing with people. It's serving.
And
so
the
it's like
more fun job.
way more fun, more money, and actually enjoyable, and it's the one that was closer to my house, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down to work my 20 hours a week and make my money, and that's like, other than this podcast and my parents and my roommate who I only see like once a week, I've had like no
social
and the grocery
interaction.
store. Yeah, so I'm down to go see some of my work buddies and just like public, even though I'm already tired of the conversations I'll have to have.
Yeah,
but
it'll be nice to get back to normal.
Yeah. Or whatever the new normal is.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But hey, we both got out of the mundane jobs, so look at us go.
Absolutely.
Maybe this wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. I would like to think that and see the benefit of it, so.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I mean, we're young, so we're not really at huge risk of anything in the first place, so it's more of a nuisance. But hey.
Yeah.
It started a snowball effect.
We're young, we're genius, and that's why some of you guys have sent us in questions that you want us to answer with our intelligence and stupidity all in one.
Yeah. I don't know if I trust anyone that listens to this.
All right. First question. Is cereal soup? Very common question here.
Whoa. I've actually never heard that one. A cereal soup. It's like breakfast soup.
Yeah, for the most part.
Just add your own broth.
Yeah, your broth is the milk.
Yeah.
Your type of soup is the cereal.
Wow. I
would
guess.
only say no because soup is warm to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
And
wow, that stumped me pretty good.
yeah, and
but then
I
you
feel
have like oatmeal is hot, but like overnight oats is cold.
yeah. So would oatmeal be a soup?
I just think breakfast has no rules.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's the best meal of the day.
You can eat a breakfast corn dog. It's just like a breakfast sausage covered in a pancake.
You could eat, yeah.
I saw those at Costco the other day. I was like tripping. I was like, what the
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. That seems like some McDonald's stuff.
Was it an actual hot dog in there? Or was it like a sausage
It was
wrap?
a sausage.
Yeah, so pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, but it was like
Oh, that's so good.
it had a stick shot of its ass looked like a corn dog, but
Yeah.
they're like for breakfast. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should start eating meat again.
You
I don't
could.
know. I know. I would just shit everywhere for like 3 weeks.
Oh.
I know. It would be bad.
Okay, this is kind of on the same topic. We'll jump
That's
to
a
this
good
one.
question, though.
Yeah. What's your final answer there? Yes or no? Is cereal soup? Mine, no.
If you say it's breakfast soup, yes, because I have breakfast for dinner.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, the next one on the same kind of topic. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Not until you split the bun into two.
Ooh, good point.
When I was a kid, we used to have, I guess they were like Italian sausages, but you could use like Frankfurters or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd put it on kind of like a hoagie roll, but you would score the hot dog in half, and then I think this is how you eat hot dogs sometimes if the thing breaks. You
Yeah.
score it in half, and so it's like half and half.
Yep.
It's like little weenie railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And then just building the weenie railway. But we would make those like sandwiches. You do like condiments and stuff.
Weenie Railway. I think that's what we used to tell girls in like 7th grade when they had braces. Just kidding.
We only talked to 18-year-olds when we were in 7th grade, though, so it's okay.
All right.
Terrible.
This week's episode, Weenie Railroad.
Weenie Railroad.
Weenie Railroad.
Did you do the "Here Comes the Train" thing too?
Yeah.
That's not okay. Weenie Railroad.
Yeah. So.
Shout out to Olivia.
Hot dogs are sandwiches. Yeah. No, I don't think a hot dog's a sandwich, but you could make it one.
Yeah.
If you eat it on bread, which I have done before, or do what Tyler said, which is genius, cut it in half, or cut the hot dog in half, or split the bun in half so it's like a sandwich style.
If you're just using like a straight store brand weenie and like white bread, that's not a sandwich. That's a struggle sandwich, actually. That's not a hot dog.
Yeah.
That was never a hot dog. You just ran out of other
That's
meat.
what I was going to say. It's a hot dog sandwich.
It's a bologna tube express on the Weenie Railway.
Yeah, speaking of which, I just kind of found out recently that bologna is basically just a smashed pancake of a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of leftover shit. It's
Never knew.
Make it into a giant tube and cut it.
Yeah, that's weird. Good to know.
Yeah, bologna's weird. And you know what's crazy? In like Europe, and this is like so random, but I watch like cooking stuff in more European places, like places in Canada or whatever. Bologna's like very serious. It can be like there is a like high end bologna that exists.
Yeah.
I just think of bologna as like just shit you put on white bread with a little bit of mustard, and
Yep.
you just kind of like suffer through your Capri Sun.
Yeah.
I
Or
was
slap it on someone's face.
Yeah,
as a
I was never a bologna guy. That's what you throw on people's car windows.
Yeah, exactly.
But apparently it's a really serious thing. So, who knew? Hot dog sandwich. I'm going to give it a thumbs up if you treat it that way.
Yep. Thumbs up. Hot dog can be a sandwich.
Yeah. Going yes on that one.
Next question. What is the sexiest and least sexiest name? Let me just jump into this one first off.
For a person or for what you'd classify a hot dog as?
for a person.
Okay.
Number 1, sexiest name. I don't know. I also have a girlfriend, and I don't want to get in trouble. Least sexiest name, Helga. Straight up,
Yeah.
Helga.
Yeah. Anything that sounds like she could bench me, not more than me, can bench me and has 2 giant braids. No, I'm good. She's a Viking name.
Yeah, there's also some names that I feel kind of bad saying, but like Beatrice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just
That doesn't lead to a good.
Yeah, but in like the Latino culture, that's like a beautiful name.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't
to
that
me,
mean beautiful?
probably does.
Let's go to the Google.
Quite possibly could, but to me, both Helga and Beatrice are like these big, scary, beat my ass names. And I'm a small guy, so.
Oh, brings joy or happiness to others is Beatrix. Beatrice. There's 2 different ways. And you know what? It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, it may bring joy or happiness, but it doesn't bring a big boner.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. That's like the cold pasta wiener name.
Yeah. Okay. I will say this. On the sexiest name thing, names that end in the letter A, for whatever reason,
okay,
I think usually have a pretty good, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what's so funny about like names and like in general, whether it be like naming a kid or this, like the topic, you just start associating the people you've known.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that, and then I'm like, oh, like Andrea. I've never not known an Andrea that was like kind of normal. Or I've never known an Andrea that was kind of normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that ruins that name for me, even though it's a very pretty name.
Yeah.
Or you might be able to agree on this one. Olivia. That's ruined. One I knew was crazy. The other one might actually have like some issues to do with. Who just found me on Facebook. That was a fun one. Someone we went to school with who was a very original and unique human being.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Hey,
that's about as in
pretty
depth
good
as I
way
want to
to
go on that one.
Describe that.
But yeah, ends with A. That's a good one. I think like, again, I know some insane ones and I know some really good ones, and this is like a really popular name for our generation. But like Emily, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
There's some like girls I knew from like community college for whatever reason that were like both named Emily, and they were both like super nice, like whatever, just attractive people.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of associate that name with, I don't know.
Huh.
I can't think of a pattern for me, but maybe just people.
Okay. Yeah. Then the flip side.
Madison. That's a good one. I don't know why.
Okay. I know why. Because Madison beer.
I didn't think about that. Well, that just is validation.
Yeah.
If A, then B, right?
100%.
Jesus.
Okay,
she might be the prettiest person on earth.
Yeah, I think I've only seen her like twice on Instagram.
And she likes nerds.
David Dobrik.
Yeah. And like, I forget. I was just watching a thing with her the other day that she was in. Maybe it was one of his videos or something. But, oh no, I was listening to their podcast. And she's into like kind of total dorks. She's not into like
the buff.
Yeah. She's not into who she should be into.
Yeah.
She's into like kind of nobodies. So there's a chance.
Nobodies, but with money. So maybe there's not a chance.
Yeah, she's terrifyingly pretty.
Okay, what is the funniest name you've ever heard used in the real world?
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is it? It's a dude the job I don't work at anymore. I think Rudy Dick.
Wow.
Rudy Dick was his name, and like his real legal name.
Okay.
He worked like on the same floor I did, and that was always like, you've got to be shitting me.
Last name spelled D-I-C-K?
Yeah.
Wow. This person from college, their name was Suk Dik.
Yeah, no.
Which is basically suck dick.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Oh, you know what's so funny too is like my mom's maiden name was Cox.
Yeah.
Not spelled as Weenie Railroad, but Cox, and she
They
was
wanted
always,
to name you Harry.
yeah, and her initials were Sack.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so she had like she like went through the ringer on that one. And so when they were my parents were naming me, she was always like, I just want to name. My mom didn't have like a problem with it, but it's always like the butt of the joke,
Yeah.
the tip of the joke, as one might say.
Hmm.
But there was like, we just want a name where like you don't get made fun of. So this had to be like maybe 2-3 years ago. I was talking about like our high school login for computers.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm Twat is my name. And she's like, what? She was like crushed because my login for high school was Twat6372
Yeah.
because it was like first initial, first three of last. And so I was Twat. And that like crushed her. So I finally figured out that my name was also bad. That's why my Instagram name was Twatskin for a hot minute.
Hey,
Whoops.
it works.
Yeah. You gotta laugh at yourself.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut it on these questions for this episode. And we're going to roll an ad. And then we'll be back for This Shit Sucks. All right. Well, thanks for sponsoring us, Anchor. Where we're worth all of, I think, $4.20 now.
Dude, we're up there.
I mean,
Have you checked it recently?
no, not at all.
Dude, we're like $6.
Yeah. So at this point,
$5.22. Just kidding.
we're making, I want to say it's about, we spend 30 minutes an episode. We're making about 25 cents an hour.
Yeah, which is good. And then if you factor in editing,
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about
if
that.
you factor in editing, and then if you factor in the time that it takes to prep and export, we're making about 5 cents an episode.
Yeah.
It's a good 30 minutes to get everything uploaded, depending on what thing we use to record, and then at least an hour to edit. Now that they're censored.
Yeah.
Good times. So thanks, guys.
So this shit sucks.
Um,
Literally,
our pay
this
scale.
shit sucks.
yeah.
But we're doing it for those of you guys that listen. Let us know that you love it, and we think it's fun and funny. So we're gonna keep doing it.
Dude, I had a couple people tell me they have their post notifications on for when episodes get uploaded.
You guys rock.
That like warmed my cold dead heart. My little raisin heart was a grape for like half a second. Because I don't have post notifications on for anything.
Neither do I. I don't even have it on for our own Instagram or anything. Which, we've been slacking on our Instagram, and I just kind of realized that now.
Yeah,
but
there's not a lot going on.
yeah,
We warned you guys. Next week is a whole new world.
yeah,
I have a little bit of structure to my life, which I need, and you have full-blown balls to the wall free time.
free time. Yep.
I have the usable hours of the day for free time, which is great. So we warned you it was going to slack a little bit, I think, a couple weeks ago, but it's about to just hit.
We are about to be in this bitch.
Yeah, it's going turbo mode.
Yeah. So
This shit sucks, our pay scale, but also our level of effort the last
yeah,
couple weeks.
honestly,
So thanks for sticking along with that one.
dude, been so busy though with
Yeah.
my actual this shit sucks, which is, selling a car.
Yep. Or two.
2 reasons: selling a car when there's rain out, when it's your only car, because someone of me pushed off selling my car to someone because I didn't want to have to ride to work in the rain,
Yeah.
and that's a shitty situation.
Yeah. Have you ridden your Harley in the rain before? Have you ever gotten like really caught?
No.
I've only gotten like
Sprinkled
one
once.
proper storm. Just wait to sell your truck.
Yeah.
It's hell.
Yeah, so I've been holding on to it because of the rain, and because of that, one guy who wanted to buy it fell through, so that kind of blows.
Ugh.
Then on the flip side of that, another guy wants to buy it, sorry.
Okay.
So there's positive hope.
Nice.
But yesterday I went to leave and my truck wouldn't start. And I was like, no way. And to me, it's like, still feels brand new.
Yeah.
So when it didn't start, I was like, are you shitting me?
Just stone dead?
Dude, just like click, nothing. And I was like, no way. So I jumped it. It's been fine ever since. But that's why earlier I told you
Oh, yeah.
that
yeah,
I have I'm parked all weird, so you could pull around to jumpstart my car if I need to. But
Shit.
yeah, that's
Wow.
my this shit sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. My This Shit Sucks is not that exciting, but it's true. I think I mentioned, like, dude, Jesus, a million years ago that I, like, broke my rib. Then I don't know if anyone has broken ribs. I think you have?
Nope.
No. Huh. Collarbone?
Nope.
What am I thinking of?
Pretty weenie. Haven't really broke much.
Yeah.
My
It's
leg.
just like leg.
My toe. My pinky.
Maybe I'm just thinking of you being, like, so sore from racing. That's got to be it. But I wrecked my rib, which is one of those things that just takes eternity to heal.
Yeah.
Like, wrapping it doesn't really help at all. It doesn't help in the healing thing. It just helps with movement. But I'm finally back. I felt normal for like 3 weeks, and I've been putting off trying to start working out again. Which I'm like this with like working and working out. And working, I mean, on like even school assignments or the podcast. Like, I have to have like a space.
Yeah.
I'm like big on that. So I hate working out at home because like, I just don't have a ton of equipment, which is fine. You can do so many weight resistance things using your own body weight, which I like. But like mindset wise, I like need to go to the gym to do that.
Yep.
And like editing, I need to like sit down in like a quiet place with just headphones and just nothing to distract me. That's just me as a person. So that sucked, and I really got after it yesterday, and now I can hardly walk. So that's fun because I am a weenie because I was working on a bunch before I hurt myself, then clacked my ribs, and now it's game over again.
Hey, well, you can always take the Weenie Railroad to Weenie Hut Juniors.
Yeah. And that I mentioned too, I was like trying to golf. I got myself some clubs. I can't remember if I said that in the last episode. I scored a cheap set. I went to the driving range like 3 days in a row. I was like golfing right, and then I got my lefties, golf left. And then when we were about to leave, my roommate caught us up there, my mom and I.
Oh, nice.
And he was like
Showed you
dressed
up.
to the nine. Yeah, he's really good. And he was like, hey, we should like catch like the front nine or something real quick. And I was like, okay, hey, no. For sure no. Because I've only had like
I suck.
the right direction of clubs for like 36 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get the ball straight at this point. And to hit the club.
Yeah.
And he was
You
like,
mean
well,
hit
let
the
me
ball?
just the club to connect the ball
Yeah.
in any fashion, even if it goes backwards. I'm just trying to make it hit. You know what I mean?
Toss the
Because
ball at
golf
the club.
is exactly. Golf is a really hard thing to learn when you have baseball habits. And I played 14 seasons of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely flipped.
Yep.
As far as your swing and your stance and whatever. It's just like it's a lot of mental hurdles to do. Someone who like has never played baseball is always can like drive hella far right off the bat because they have no habits to break. Well, I have every habit in the world to break. So whatever. I've been sore from that. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna go see if we can get in, like drop into a game. Well, we're going to the only course that's been open in our area, anywhere near our area. So they've been booked solid.
Yep.
Sure as shit, dude.
They had one opening.
They're like, well, if nobody shows for this game, they should show right now. But if they don't show in 10 minutes, you can hop on. 18 holes.
Holy shit.
Dude, I was there for like another 4 hours, and I suck. I lost all my balls, broke all my tees. I didn't even finish the game. I was so over it, and I was hella hungry. And like, he had brought me like a beer, but him and my mom. I say a beer. I had like a beer on the first hole.
Yeah.
Because golf is such a long game. And so we're like half an hour in, I had my beer, and I was like, well, if you guys want to drink, I'm happy to drive.
Yeah.
A beer, when you're sitting still, goes out of your body in like an hour.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do this because I'm just going to get tired. I'm not in the
My,
I'm already
my
frustrated.
swing will suck more.
Yeah, I suck. I'm frustrated, and I'm hot, and I'm sore
Yeah.
as shit. And this is not what I thought my day was going to be. And sure enough, dude, we played 18 holes, and they were having a good time because they were drinking and whatever, and golf's like a big drinking game.
Yep.
But God, dude, this shit sucks. My whole entire body hurts because I played 18 holes after 4 days of driving and then decided it was a good idea to work out. So that was way too long. But
yeah.
I thought that was like a shit surprise.
You know what's nice, though, is Tyler and I have this like ongoing thing with golf, mini golf, anything like that.
Yeah.
We're talking mini golf in real life, mini golf on the Wii,
Yeah.
golf on Wii Sports, golf on Grand Theft Auto. Basically everything.
Yeah.
And he's always kicked my ass. So to hear that you got whooped on the golf course was
dude.
like, oh, finally.
Yeah, I got like a bogey once.
You know how I
and
feel.
I like retired.
Yep.
Connor, my roommate, actually snapped his club over his knee. Like, went to do it jokingly and then actually connected.
Oh, that's tight.
That was like a good $150 later.
Damn.
But on This Shit Sucks, I found an article I thought was really funny, and it's really relevant right now because I haven't watched it, but I heard it's incredible. It's really long, so I haven't made the time. But the Michael Jordan stuff that's come out, it's like The Last Dance.
Yeah.
So I guess the last episode of like 10 just came out, and apparently it's just like incredibly well done. But an article came out yesterday that he's selling his house in Chicago.
Okay.
$14.9 million.
Whew.
Of course, it's everything you'd expect it to be. There's a driving range. There's putting holes, a full regulation court, what looks like a bit of a little amphitheater. It's Michael Jordan's Chicago house. Like, he spent his career in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
32, where's the number?
1,000 square feet.
32,683 square feet. And that's only...
Holy shit.
I say only, but like think about how big that is. 9 bedrooms.
Yeah, because they probably have a grand entryway.
Oh, yeah. But that's not that many bedrooms for that square footage.
No.
And 19 bathrooms. But the catch, sucks.
Hold up. And 19 bathrooms.
Yeah, and...
Holy shit.
Right. So it's listed for $14.855 million. So 14.9, right? It's been on the market for 8 years. It started at $29 million.
Oh, that's ass.
So he's at almost half of what he's been asking for.
Holy crap.
And this is like Michael Jordan's Chicago house where he built his whole legacy.
Yeah.
And he can't sell it. Yeah, it had like an auction when it was at $29 million, and it only brought, the highest bid was 13, so they kept it. And it's just been like, just dog shit. So that sucks for him. I thought it was kind of a relevant little like, holy shit, that shit does suck. Because why?
Yeah, that's pretty wild though, because
he doesn't even live there, by the way. So it's just sitting.
That's wild.
Yeah, that hurts.
But what's kind of neat about that is like, I feel like there's some wealthy people that live in Chicago or travel to Chicago, stuff like that.
It's a big hub.
And where we live, I don't get that vibe at all.
No.
And Eddie Murphy's house was for sale for like $8 million and sold immediately.
Right.
Granted, I guess 8 and 29 million is a big jump.
Yeah. But 8 and 14 and a half, 14, 15? That's not that.
Yeah.
If you have 8 million, the chances of you, if you're going to spend $8 million on a house, the chances
You
that
could
you also
buy-
have 15, probably pretty good.
Exactly.
Because I feel like you have either 5 million or 50, and there's probably not a lot in between.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Granted, we're two dudes that barely have jobs, who could barely scrape together a job between the two of us as of tonight. But yeah, that's kind of a crazy one. I can't imagine losing that much money on a house.
Yeah, that would suck.
Well, the hard part is like, we had been looking at houses and stuff. Like, what is the upkeep?
Oh,
On almost 33,000 square feet, and that's interior square feet. It's a 56,000 square foot property.
you're talking full landscape crew,
Yeah.
full-time maid.
Yep. Oh,
If
more
not-
than one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if not multiple. Full-time cook probably,
Oh, I'm sure.
because now you got to have someone cooking for not only the people who live there,
Full staff.
but the staff. Yeah. So
Bananas, dude.
yeah, that is wild.
Full blown wiener express. Yeah, that sucks.
Choo choo, Weenie Express.
But on the topic of our on an article, I'll go dip over real quickly if it's cool to What in the Sam Hell. I don't have a location for this, which is a shame because last episode we went straight for Florida, and I would love to pretend that this was there too, because it sounds about right. Man slaps wife in face with the D
damn.
while she's on a Zoom call for work.
Oh, God damn. Did he know that she was on a Zoom call?
No.
Oh, lost her job, I bet.
So he says, okay, so to preface, so he has like quotes in this whole thing. He's been
Okay.
talk to about it. He's like, so to preface this, my wife and I live alone in our apartment, and we have this weird game of slapping each other with random things while the other one is busy. for instance, the other day she got me with a tampon, which is a bit gross, but whatever.
I have been slapped by a tampon that was soaked in a sink water.
That's what he did.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So today I decided it was time for revenge. I got out of the shower, dried off, and looked for her. Saw she was on the computer with headphones on. I snuck in from the side, and boom, dick slap square on the cheek, where she never stood a chance. He's like, I thought I'd up the ante from the tampon thing until she didn't laugh, and she turned and said, I'm on a call. And I guess he looked, and it was like her Zoom coworkers, and he just straight up hot dog expressed her in the face.
Damn.
Yeah, I did.
That is brutal.
Yeah. So he did like any dude. He ran to the bathroom and locked himself in there. Because that's the only place you're sacred, I think.
Yeah. Untouchable.
He also noted, too, that he was scared he was going to get a domestic abuse case because it was during a work thing. So there's like got to be recordings.
Oh, shit.
He's like, I hit my wife during a call.
Damn.
Just because it was with my little third arm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That's a big case that's probably going to get brought up.
So that's a shame. Or everyone just laughs it off.
Hopefully.
Oh, I hope so. That's hilarious.
Because it was just a joke. Okay, my article here. Which, hey, if this is like a foreshadowing of my life, I'll be freaking stoked.
Okay.
Man wins $200,000 on his way to a job interview.
What timing you have?
Dude, that would be so nice. But then at the same time, are you even going to go to the job interview?
No.
Dude, absolutely not. I would not.
Yeah, there's pretty much no way. What I would go do for sure is that I would go home, sit inside a dark room, and just make sure I remember how to breathe. And then sort it out in about 2 hours and then yeah.
Dude. Yeah, $200,000. I mean, that ain't no multi-million-dollar lotto, but
Oh God, no.
it's a couple years or a few years salary.
$200,000 change your life.
Yeah.
$200,000 would change almost everybody's life.
Yep.
I was reading this book that you and I are both about to read, and I kind of a crazy figure. I guess if you make like, I think it was like basically some number just under $35,000 a year, you're in the 1% worldwide.
Huh.
Which is crazy. So $200,000.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Big number.
Oh, dude, okay, so this is crazy. We might go a little bit over, but this is a good one. So I had mentioned to you the other day about and this is in the podcast world, but some of the Caller Daddy stuff.
Yep.
So this is, to anybody that doesn't know, Caller Daddy's like these two super raunchy, really, really pretty chicks that have a podcast. It's presented by Barstool Sports.
Barstool Sports, if you're listening and want to hire us, Good Enough Podcast with Tyler and Ryan.
Yep.
Please.
Please. So, basically, they had never done a podcast before this whole deal, and they got
laid.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah, basically, they just had these crazy stories because they're super hot and just whatever. They have an incredible podcast. We've listened to a good handful of them. They're really
hilarious,
really entertaining, and it's stuff you'll never hear anywhere else. Super raunchy, but it's basically like a girl's take on being late 20s in New York kind of deal.
Yep.
For lack of better phrasing. I'm pretty sure everyone would know it at this point, but it's really funny. So they haven't posted in I think yesterday would have been a month, which is why this whole thing came out. But the president of Barstool, who's a big social media personality and just a pretty interesting guy in general, came out with a half-hour episode under their podcast name, and it was just Daddy Speaks. Basically, he gave this whole thing about it's the whole story and how it's tanked. The podcast is just complete bullshit tanked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Alex, who's the blonde one, was originally the podcast started because he knew who she was dating, and she had just kind of pitched this idea for a podcast.
Yeah. And
she took the whole story and name and pitched the whole thing. And they wanted to bring in Sophia, but he had no idea who she was. He was just dealing straight with Alex. Long story short, they got this deal put together. And then obviously like it took the off. Like I think they have 80 some episodes. They do them every week, just like us. So, you know, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Year and a half, 2 years. Basically he had all the numbers and he was like presenting facts because there's so much like just ambiguity in the whole thing.
Yeah.
So they each made just a touch over, I think Sophia made just a pinch under $500,000.
Holy shit.
And Alex made like 514 the first year of their podcast.
Why can we not be on that level?
Right. Because we didn't know what the Gluck Gluck was. But
that is true.
basically, like, there's a lot of contingencies on the deal. Like, they had like a flat rate, and then that wasn't that much money in the grand scheme of things. But it took off, and on their downloads and views, they got bonuses based on that. Well, it just shattered through all those, so they were getting paid.
Yeah.
And the dude was just like, yeah, man, like, they didn't come into the office that often. They just were presented through us. They had like office space, but they just recorded and then dipped. And Alex recorded everything. Sophia just showed up and recorded, and they're like live together. They're like really good friends.
Yep.
They did vlogs on YouTube, this whole deal. Well, there's been like not much since this whole COVID thing. And apparently they went to renegotiate for a second year and weren't getting the deals they wanted because they were looking for like
big boku bucks.
Dude, like mil a piece guaranteed.
Jesus.
Plus their royalty bonuses, plus I guess one of the big things, and I could be fudging this because I listened to it like 2 days ago, and what I just saw right as we started is Sophia came out with the whole thing where she has turned into kind of the bad guy in this whole deal.
Okay.
But they were asking for like a mil a piece, and they wanted the rights to the name, which meant that they could go back, relicense the, because they do insane merch numbers.
Yeah.
Like David Dobrik merch numbers. They were going to take the name and sell rights to make merch back to Barstool so they'd get the royalties from it, but they also owned the name. And then they could do that across the board with everything. So all their ad reads go straight to them. They just pay like a presenting fee.
Yep.
Just because the Barstool was the host. Well, the Barstool dude is like, together, he's like, look, man, we make a bunch of money off this podcast. Like,
Yeah.
they're making money, but like we make money too because they get big percent of all the ad reads and all the stuff. They're just hitting view markers that earn them individual bonuses.
Yep.
So basically what's come out, and this is kind of like changing by day, but this just came out a couple days ago. They've been shopping the podcast around to try to get a new host.
Oh, really?
To try to get crazier terms because the brand is so big in a year and a half that they're just trying to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
So
if they sign with someone else, though, they're going to lose their name, which is what they're known for.
yeah. So
Damn, that's a big decision.
So it's really interesting, and you know, if you have half an hour, listen to it. It's like really, I like the business side of everything.
Yeah.
And it's super interesting. Basically, like he had like a one-on-one meeting with them at his house, and we're like, look, we'll give you all these like ridiculous terms. It wasn't what they wanted,
Yep.
but it was like you get the name back, you get, you know, way more percentages of all of these things, and then we'll up your salary. And they were renegotiating because they initially had a 3-year contract. That was like a big thing.
Yeah.
So they were going to break contract, and he was like, "We'll re-sign you for the 2 years at these terms." And this is still fully bananas, because a year and a half ago, like Sophia was like a assistant at some legal firm or something.
Wild.
So all this crazy stuff, right? So I guess what's come out is that like the Sophia is dating some huge bigwig right now. And he was shopping their podcast around because he stuck his neck out for him. And he's so big in some company that he was like getting them deal offers, like big ones. And
now it's a
they
comparison
roped this
thing.
whole thing into the COVID deal, where the story presented is we're not going to the office because obviously New York got hit like the hardest out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge.
But really, they utilize their time to search around,
Yeah.
try and make more money.
Yeah, and they were getting offers before all this, and so they've just like weaned the episodes where they were every week, and then it was like twice a month, and now there's been like nothing since I think April 18th.
Wow.
So So they've been apart, and I guess like the two girls were not on the same page anymore, because Alex was like, just kidding, I want that deal, but also like I do all the editing, I started this, whatever, I want like 75%, and Barstool accepted that, but Sophia wasn't on board because obviously she's taking a cut in pay.
Yeah.
So, but they were like, well, you get your name back, and then if you fulfill your 2 more years of contract, and I think at one point he offered to shorten it to 1 more year, you can take your name and run, but we want this last year.
Damn.
Like a new calendar year, so
Yeah.
I win the deal. So it's turned into this whole thing. It's like one of the biggest podcasts that exist. And it tapped a demographic that I don't think are as attentive. And I don't mean that in the most respectful way, but like, who are the biggest podcasts? It's like Rogan, 1 and 2 and 3.
Yep.
And then it's a bunch of comedy dudes. And then maybe like NPR.
Yeah.
Something NPR does. But this is like 4 girls who like, no, I would argue that nobody our age listens to Rogan that's a girl. Or like a vast majority don't.
Yeah.
Because he just does like a lot of interviews and they're hella long, like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he does them like every 3 days or something. It's insane. That guy's a machine. But you have all this untapped market potential for people who are tuned in, and now the girls are at odds, and they're just like coming out of left field. Now they're not like on good terms apparently, so there's a lot of like ambiguity. But he came to like straighten it out and be like, "Here's the facts. This is Barstool, bitch," which is nuts. So I mean, I think everyone that would listen to this knows exactly who we're talking about. But talk about immense, instant smash hit powerhouse of a household name podcast. Like Rogan has like he's well over 1,000 episodes. I think he's in like the 1,200s,
which is insane.
Yeah, he's like the godfather of all this stuff. So to think to have 80 episodes be making just off what Barstool did, that's not club appearances. That's not, which is ungodly money. But like their reported check from Barstool was $500,000 a piece their first year.
God, I
and
could not even imagine.
In like a shit apartment in New York. So, I mean, dude, you figure the first couple months they were just like building traction. Next couple months, whatever, then the brand deals start coming in. Then they're just raking it in, and like we're half a year from that, so they've just been caking out. So if they want $1 million a piece, they got to figure they're worth it, and that's before merch deals. That's guaranteed just a salary for people who don't go to the office other than to record.
Insane.
And edit their own stuff because they're not a video platform. They are, but they don't post long form like we do. They have it for Instagram clips. They do a full recording just for promo.
Yeah.
But I don't believe they post full videos of the podcast. So they have a full studio that's free for audio.
Damn. That's wild.
Dude, nuts. So we'll see how the truth kind of unravels, but that's like kind of a weird like rocking the whole podcast spectrum of how the business will be handled from now on. Which is something that we would like to keep trucking into.
Yeah.
Especially in the coming months as we have like more time and freedom and to kind of flex a little creativity.
Willpower.
Yeah. Actual energy power.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. That might bore some people, but I think it's like the most interesting thing. And you chose to listen to a podcast with no theme. So boom, we're in it. We're in this bitch.
And we are good enough.
Yeah. But any closing words? I think that's a pretty...
No, I got nothing else other than for those of you guys who haven't followed us on Instagram, please follow us.
Please go do that. We'll be way more active and out there in the coming weeks because bitches are back.
Yeah.
With a vengeance. A vengeance to actually do it instead of just fit it in when we can.
Yeah, the boys are back in town, and we are going to
your life up.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check us out on any social media links down below.
We love you.
Links are in the description. And
yeah, per usual, just thanks a ton.
Yeah, thanks.